Well, hello the new. It's only me, Leonard Wells, broadcasting as always from Studio B, here in the Giggle Mill in Haslingden, north of Manchester in the UK. Studio B has, as its resident engineer, none other than Adolf Apfelstrudel, that world-famous technician and very sweet chap from Berchtesgaden in Bavaria. Unfortunately, he's very strict and will not permit me more than 12 digital megaburgers per broadcast, which means I've no option but to deny you once more the all-time thrill of my world-famously forgettable rendition of Nessun Dorma. My little tale today is about a Jewish lady called Sophie. She's in her 50s, and one day, she lives in London, one day she's walking along Regent Street and looks in the travel agent's window, makes up her mind, and she goes in and says, "I want to go to India." The travel agent looks at her, he says, "India? Why India? It is filthy, it's stinking hot, it's filled to the brim with Indians, it's a long journey, and all those trains so full of people. How will you manage? What will you eat? All the food is too hot and spicy for a Jewish lady like you. You can't drink the water. You mustn't eat fresh fruit or vegetables. You get sick. Hepatitis, cholera, typhoid, malaria. God only knows. What will you do? Can you imagine the hospital? Not a Jewish doctor in sight. Why torture yourself?" Sophie looks at him. "I wish to go to India." So the travel agent speaks to her rabbi, and after many interviews he gives up and rings the travel agent and said, "Make arrangements. She wants to go to India and I can't change her mind." So away she flew. She arrives in Mumbai, and despite the noise and the smell and the crowds and the heat, she makes her way to one of these holy places. And in India there's plenty of these, because there's lots and lots of gurus around in India. And at this particular holy place there was a never-ending queue of people waiting for an audience with the guru. An aide tells her that it will take at least 3 days of standing in line to be able to see the guru. "That's okay," says Sophie. Eventually Sophie reaches the door where the guru, in the building where the guru is, and she is told firmly she's only allowed to say 3 words, and she's ushered into the inner sanctum where the guru is seated, ready to give his spiritual blessings to all and sundry. He has a flowing beard and is sitting cross-legged. Just before she reaches the Holy of Holies, she's once again told no more than 3 words. Unlike the other devotees, she doesn't prostrate herself at his feet. Instead, she stands directly in front of him, and with an imploring look on her face, she opens her arms. She fixes her gaze on his, and she says, "Sydney, come home, Sydney. Sydney, come home." Thank you and good night.